Hello, y'all. I actually have a exercise bike at the house. For many of you that watch my videos and that are subscribed to my channel, you also know that I do quite a few of my videos while I'm walking. But guess what, y'all? It's cold out. Okay, so a thought crossed my mind. You actually have a exercise bike at home. I purchased my exercise bike used, so someone else did own it before I did. But I'm one of those people. I love good deals. I bought it from someone that takes very good care of their things, a very good friend. I also buy used items from friends and family members because I like to support them too. So remember, when you buy something, whether it be from a store, your friend, or a relative, you're investing in someone, right? So it works out. I mean, I'm going to be here on my exercise bike. I haven't started moving yet or rotating on this bike. However, like I said, it's used, but it's in good shape. It's a small exercise bike, and I mean, if you can stand the noise to hear when I'm walking, you can stand it now. So, anyway, the topic of this video is going to be about the narcissist and diseases. And this may catch you off guard. This is not going to be one of those videos where I'm telling you that narcissists give people diseases. You already know that. This is going to be the opposite. I am going to explain to you how, when you're with narcissists, you don't get diseases. And when I say diseases, I mean venereal diseases, HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, things like that. So, of course, it's common sense. I mean, if you're dating people that's high on the spectrum for being a cheater, because of their personality disorders and their flaws and their unwillingness to be obedient to any higher power, their lack of morals and behaviors and things like that, of course, they're going to give you diseases. However, what happens with a lot of you, you hang in there with the narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath because you don't get diseases. And so that makes you somehow doubt yourself, and you begin to think, well, they must not be cheating as much as I think they are. But they are. Let me explain to you why you don't get diseases. Okay. I'm going to break down a few scenarios, and I have experience in this area. Okay. And the reason I have experience is because I went through it. And when I went no contact and began the process of no contact, I was able to think about the patterns of the narcissist or narcissistic man that I was with, along with thinking about the patterns of the women like me and women that he had married or had had long-term relationships with in his past, right? So this is how I figured it out. So remember, I give examples on this channel. So example number one, why you do not get a venereal disease or sexually transmitted disease from the male narcissist. I'm also going to break down why it happens and the men don't get a disease from the female narcissist, right? But bear with me here. Example number one. Okay, so I'm going to break it down how it happens. And as a disclaimer, this video is not to encourage people how to cheat and how to do bad things. Because the wrong person may listen to this video and be like, oh, sis gave me an idea. That's not what this video is about. So example number one, the male narcissist. He's a mid-range narcissist. He's narcissistic. Or he could actually be borderline a psychopath, whatever he is. He's the narcissist that has some kind of sense about himself, right? And he's been married a couple of times. So he's had long term commitments with these ex wives. And he's had supply sources, sexual and financial supply sources that have gone 5, 10, 15 years, sometimes as long. I would give that the cutoff for the supply sources that he had, because most of his prior supply sources eventually did stop sleeping with him, as far as I know. However, he juggled them as long as he could. Okay, so this is why I did not get a venereal disease from this man, right? And I'm thankful that I didn't, but it's not because protection was used. Let me get that straight right now. It's because of the type of supply that he chooses. Okay, so I will begin with my character. I'm a woman that if I'm with one man in a sexually active relationship, or a sexually, a sexual relationship, if I'm with one man, whether I'm married to him or if that's my boyfriend, in general, I will not cheat or sleep with another man. That is my base personality. It's natural for me. I do not need to have another man sexually if I have one boyfriend or one husband. That is my personality. Those are my morals, and those are the behaviors that I have taken into my relationships. I never was the type of woman where I did not know who I was pregnant by. I always knew who my child's father was. And that was because I did not sleep around. And anytime I was impregnated, I was only with one man. Okay. So there was never a trust issue. There was never a doubt of who I was pregnant by. Okay. And I'm not saying that to downgrade any woman that doesn't know who her child's father is. I would hope that she would do the best she can to figure out who that is, even if it meant that she went on paternity court. Okay, because I've watched a lot of paternity court cases. Anyway, going back to the subject matter, the reason this male narcissist has not given me or these other women any diseases is because he was very good at picking women like me. Okay, so we're going to do a little math here. Okay, so hypothetically, this narcissist had me and 3 to 4 other women that he juggled. So when he begins the relationship with me and these 3 or 4 other women, say he's juggled 3 to 5 of us, right? Each woman comes into the relationship with no venereal diseases to give him, right? He also comes in these relationships with no venereal disease to give them. Okay, so none of these people have any sexually transmitted diseases, right? So what happens is when a male narcissist has some standard and he's really good with picking a certain type of supply that naturally gravitates to him, right? While he's juggling these women, hypothetically, say he's only having sex with one of them once a year. That particular woman, that's one of his supply sources, does not sleep with another man. So what happens is he's juggling these women, but none of these women cheat on him or have the type of personality where they will sleep with another man. And say one of them did. Say hypothetically he got one bad one in the bunch and she cheated on him. I'm not going to call her bad. Just say one in the bunch cheated on him. She may choose to use protection so she does not get a disease. Okay? So what this does, it keeps these particular supply sources, these 3 to 5 women that this male narcissist has, it keeps them on that circus wheel longer because they think, well, he must be being faithful because I never even got a disease from him. And this type of male narcissist will bring that up to you. He will say, come on now, I know we ain't slept together in 2 to 4 years, but you know I'm not going to give you nothing. You know that. Come on now. We've been dealing 3, 5, 10, 15 years, sis. You know I'm not going to give you no disease. Don't be scared to sleep with me again. He will use that as a bonus and as a way to secure your safety as far as not getting a disease, to get you to sleep with him again. And you won't get a disease, okay? Because in this particular case, he's juggling 3 to 5 women that's faithful to him. It's almost like polygamy, how in some religions, the man marries more than one wife. All of the wives come in the relationship with no venereal diseases or sexually transmitted diseases. He has 15 of them, and he only sleeps with his wives. So he doesn't get anything. Okay, so hopefully that example makes sense, because that's actually a circus wheel that I was involved in, that I feel like I was involved in. I mean, at this point, I am sure that throughout the entire relationship, this particular man was dealing with other people. And how I know that is because it was such a roller coaster relationship. It was a up and down. And I mean, until this day, this particular man will still try to bait me in, whether he sees me out in public, attempts phone contact, texting, or anything like that. However, this is my thing. I've never changed my phone number. Okay, that's a pet peeve that I have. I will call the police on you if you're harassing me before I change my phone number. I'm not changing my phone number. I'm just not doing it. And the reason I don't do it is because a narcissist is not that valuable to me. A psychopath and a sociopath, they're not that valuable to me. They're not valuable enough to change my phone number, and somebody that hasn't talked to me in a couple of years that I would like to hear from ends up calling me out of the blue, and it says, sorry, this number has been disconnected. A narcissist is not worth that to me. So I don't put much value on those type of people. Okay, so I gave you the example for a male narcissist that's juggling a few supplies, and none of them ever get a sexually transmitted disease. Now, let me give you an example of how a female narcissist does it. Okay, and in this example, I'm going to have to give you a couple examples of how the female narcissist does it. So let's go over the married female narcissist. Okay, she's married, and she's married to an empathetic man, right? And her husband and her come into the marriage with no diseases that are sexually transmitted. However, the empathetic man does not cheat on her, but this narcissist female does cheat on her husband throughout the marriage with more than one person. Okay. And I actually knew a narcissistic female woman that was someone that did this. Okay. So remember, I've been around a lot of people, y'all. I've seen a lot of stuff, heard a lot of stuff. Okay, so how this happens is she's married, been married to this man a long time. He's empathetic. He may even be a man that's ill. He might be someone that has diabetes. He's had cancer on and off. So let's say he's kind of sick. Okay. So physically sick. And the female narcissist, she cheats. She has numerous affairs throughout this long marriage. However, she always uses protection. She will not sleep with another man without using protection, usually a condom. Okay, that normally will be her protection mechanism along with some birth control. So she secures herself and she makes sure she does not get pregnant. And she also makes sure she does not get a sexually transmitted disease. And in a case like this, a lot of times the sick husband will never find out. He may go to his deathbed and not find out. So that's example number 2 with the female narcissist. Okay. Example number 3. This is going to be another example with the female narcissist. She's somewhat similar to the first example I used. However, in this case, we're going to say she's a female narcissist, and I'm still on this bike, y'all. Like I said, I'm at the house. So, okay, this example, the female narcissist, again, this is example number 3. So the female narcissist, she has her own place. She owns or rents her own place. She has about 3 boyfriends that she juggles, which are her supply sources. Let's say she's somewhat of a gold digger. So one of them is like her sugar daddy, right? So what she does is the same thing the male narcissist does in example number 1. She attracts faithful, empathetic men that will not cheat on her. All 3 of these boyfriends really believe she's faithful. So they do not cheat on her, okay? They may feel it's something not right. So she comes into the relationship with these 3 boyfriends that she juggles, and she's not having any diseases at the time. Neither are the men that are her boyfriends, right? So all of these men are faithful to her, and so she juggles these 3 men without wearing condoms. Now, because she picks pretty empathetic men that are faithful, these particular men have a certain moral standard. So say one of these men that's in her supply cycle, because remember she has 3, say one of them cheats on her and he has a one-night stand. He will wear a condom when he has the one-night stand. Remember, because he's not a narcissist. This is somebody that has a standard. And that particular man will end up cheating because this female narcissist's availability is not what he thinks it should be. But it's not what he thinks it should be because he don't know that she got 2 other boyfriends, y'all. Are you getting this? So anyway, that's the 3rd example of how men and women can be with narcissists and never get a sexually transmitted disease. And the reason this is so important is that's why a lot of people stick around. Well, I've been with this person 20 years and I ain't never got no disease. He can't be that bad. She can't be that bad. But it is that bad. You're just blessed enough that you ended up with a narcissist that does have some sense. And see, this is why they do it this way. It's not to protect you. They're making sure they pick their supply sources well, so they're protecting themselves from venereal diseases. It's not about you. There's no empathy there for you. It's just that you benefit from them wanting to protect themselves. So if that female or male narcissist does not want to get venereal diseases, They will do things that's in their best interest so it doesn't happen to them. And you just benefit from it because that particular female or male narcissist knows how to pick their supply sources. However, you don't know how to pick your supply sources because, believe it or not, empathetic people, y'all got supply too. It ain't just all about the narcissist. You just don't like to come in people's lives intentionally using them. But everybody got supply sources. It's just our motives are different. Any support system that you have in your life, whether you be an empathetic person, narcissistic, a normal, or a full-blown narcissist, those support systems or supply sources, it's just that you actually love the people that are supporting you. And that's the inability that the narcissist has, the ability to really love people that support them in the righteous way. They don't love them or treat them well. That's the only difference. But yeah, so basically that's it. Hopefully these examples make sense. I'm still on this bike, y'all. I'm trying not to go too fast on this bike. Yeah, so basically that's how that works. So this is how you can be with a male or female narcissist and not get diseases, y'all. Okay? Don't underestimate the fact that that female or male narcissist can make a mistake. They might get drunk or high one night on whatever they smoking or drinking and not obey their regular standards and still give you something, even if it's something that you can get rid of. And as a disclaimer, if you've already gotten a disease that you can get rid of or can't get rid of from a narcissist, I'm sorry about that, but there's a lot of cures. There's a lot of medications. I will pray for you. However, if you have not gotten a disease, don't think it can't happen. If you suspect that you're with a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath, get out of that situation. Okay? The bottom line is try to steer away from relationships that are not beneficial to you anyway, especially situations that are not spiritually beneficial. And I just like to expose something on a different spectrum because everybody is going to tell you how the narcissist can give you a disease. We already know that. That's common sense. But oftentimes you wonder, well, why haven't I got one yet? I know this is a narcissist. I done caught him cheating on me 4 or 5 times. I done caught her cheating on me 4 or 5 times. Why aren't I getting a disease? Oh, and I'm going to give you a bonus here. So I'll add a 4th example. Male narcissist, unmarried. Okay, because I gave you 1 example of a male narcissist, 2 examples of a female narcissist. This is going to be the bonus example. Example number 4. A male narcissist that's unmarried that will not sleep with anyone without a condom. Every single female he's with, he uses a condom. Even if he's with that girlfriend 2 years, he will use a condom every single time. He will not sleep with anyone without a condom, any woman that he's with. And sometimes, I mean, not to judge nobody for being on the down low, that narcissist could also sleep with men. It doesn't matter. Whomever he sleeps with, male or female, he will use a condom. He also may take what you call a prophylaxis. That is a medication that you can take to prevent you from getting HIV. Okay, so sometimes he will take a prophylaxis. Okay, I didn't know for many, many years that they had that, but that's what that male narcissist will be or will do. I didn't mean will be, but will do. He'll do that. And also, this particular male narcissist in this bonus example that I'm using, he will not sleep with anyone unprotected until he marries. Okay. And I would consider this the smartest narcissist because the reason he is so strict with using condoms is because he was raised with a pretty good upbringing. And he may not be a full blown narcissist, he may just be highly narcissistic. And what makes him highly narcissistic is to have all of the partners that he has, okay? The sexual partners. However, this narcissist will not take a chance because he knows he's a narcissist. However, he knows how other narcissists are. He knows that a lot of other narcissists will have diseases and not tell him, or those other narcissists he's sleeping with or sleeping around also. So he's aware of how nasty narcissists really are and how unfaithful and disloyal they are because he's that way. So he will not sleep with anyone without a condom. So that's the bonus example. So I'm in this video almost 27 minutes, y'all. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And think to yourself which example that you could have been in or are in right now. Work on getting out of that situation. The ultimate goal would be, if you're not a narcissist, the ultimate goal for you should be to marry someone that's empathetic, that has the ability to be faithful. And if you are a narcissist, your goal should be to get in therapy and learn through therapy to become at least sexually loyal, so you do not have the consequences of getting a sexually transmitted disease that can take your life also. Because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to die from a disease they can't get rid of, whether they're a narcissist or whether they are not a narcissist, okay? So again, I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm on this bike, y'all. I don't know how many calories I burn, but anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great night.